Today, we're going to talk about this Reddit post. I, 25 female, asked my partner, 25 female, if we could live apart while I'm at uni. Ooh. Okay, let's get into it. We both went to undergrad uni and lived apart for 3 years. Then moved in together and have been living together for another 3 years. Okay, so they've been together for 6 years. We had a lot of...
Wait, let's do some math.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
They've been together for 6 years and they're both 25.
19.
So they got together when they were 19.
Young, okay, young. I mean, but people meet young, okay. All right. We had a lot of issues in our first year, mainly her snapping and me having no backbone. Since then, we've improved our communication and everything has been quite blissful. Okay. However, it seems over the past few months, our communication has gone very downhill. I noticed she overthinks about things that don't need thinking about and tends to make situations more stressful than they need to be.
So she has anxiety.
Yes. I also grew up in an abusive household, so notice very quickly if something is wrong with her based on her tone expressions. But she's not as quick to know if she's feeling stressed. This results in a lot of me saying, "Are you okay? You seem stressed." And her saying, "I'm not stressed," and not following up until later. Then says what's stressing her out. I try to take time to myself when I notice she's stressed, but she likes her quality time and gets bothered if we don't spend enough of it together. Anyway, the squabbles have been a clear lack of communication on both sides, and yesterday when trying to apologize and using my "please let's end this conversation" phrase, which I only say when I'm getting uncomfortable, she carries on pushing and I completely disassociate and tell her I need time to myself, to which she then comes back to me and says we should talk, which I gently follow it with "I need to calm down first," which makes her leave and come back 5 minutes later to say, "Do you want me to pack my bags?" Okay, and I again say I need to calm down first, and she left again. I told her this morning I want to live apart when I go to uni in January because if I have to deal with any extra stress on top of my work, then it'll affect my work. Safe to say she didn't like this idea and made me feel very guilty about even suggesting it. What are your thoughts? Give me your honest opinions, please. Thank you.
You guys should break up.
Yep. Break up with her.
Yeah, no, this is not working. She needs to go to therapy and you're going to school. So.
Yeah, she needs to deal with her stress and understand her anxiety. And you are very clear with like your communication. Like you've already been through an abusive home relationship. Your family life was abusive. So you recognize when things aren't right and you're calling it out. You're being healthy about it and calling it out and being like, no, I need space. I know my boundaries and this person is violating your boundaries and doesn't know how to like regulate. So it's not where you wanting to live apart that you probably don't even want to be with her.
Yeah, no.
No.
You don't.
It's okay.
Just because you guys have been together for whatever.
6 years.
Yeah.
It's a long time, and that's a really important relationship in your life, but it's time for you to move on to another part.
Learning experience, move on, and go enjoy your university.
Yes.
You'll meet some new people.
You'll meet new people. You probably meet your next partner there.
Yeah. Most likely you will.
Yeah. Just break up with her. Yeah. It's time. She constantly breaks your boundaries. That's crazy. Yeah, you tell her directly, I need space. And she's like, no, I don't want to give you space, basically.
No.
Ay.
Just break up with them.
Poster writes, after living together and someone moving out, usually that is backtracking for the relationship, an extreme desperate measure because the current relationship isn't working. You've been together for 3 years, 6 actually. I understand relationships are a lot of work to build something stable and healthy, but don't you feel like you two should be in a better position after 3 years into the relationship? When I think about where a relationship should be after 3 years, I feel like it should be pretty all the issues resolved, the couple put in the work to develop something stable and smooth. If you're moving out at 3 year mark because of two can't handle or stand each other, maybe it's not the one to continue investing in. Original poster. To make matters worse, we've actually been together for 6 years, not 3. The 3 years is only when we've been living together. The person came back and said, "Oh, geez, yeah, probably time to look at your relationship as a whole. Doesn't seem like it's actually working out for the two of you. To be together for 6 years and desperately moving out since you can't stand living together, that's a nail in the coffin kind of move. If you have to move out, then the relationship should probably end."
Yes, it should.
Yeah.
It's a young relationship that you've just outgrown.
Yeah, that's the next person says that. Yeah, it's just, you guys got together at 19. You're 25 now. You're completely different people.
Yep.
It's okay.
Move on. It's fine.
It was an experience, and it's time to end.
Yep.
It's done. The one person said, "Get away from her." They say, "Not helpful." Because you want to stay with her is their next response. And then the original poster says, "I feel like your comment insinuates she's an abusive person, which she is not. We used to have a very blissful and trustful partnership, which Yeah, used to, which I know we can have again. It's just
know.
navigating how to get back there. I just needed some advice on how to progress from here. And if your opinion is that we should break up, then I'd be interested to know why. The person came back. Well, in that case, I'm not sure being apart is the answer, but you've already suggested it, so we'll have to work around it. Disclaimer: this is not a slam dunk solution. What's important? They didn't really respond. Okay. She asked. She's like, I just needed some advice on how to progress from here, and if your opinion is that we should break up, then I'd be interested to know why. I would say because of the way that she breaks your boundaries.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, is it worth it to try to work this out when she's not open to doing that? Like, what? Then this other person says, there are no breaks, only breakups. Maybe it's time to acknowledge that it's not working out. Do you want the rest of your life to be walking on eggshells all the time? Your partner sounds very much like my wife. She doesn't realize it, but she absolutely wears her mood on her sleeve, and it's super obvious to me when she's upset. I'll ask gentle questions. You seem tense, or something. Is something okay, or what's bothering you? And get the exact same sequence of everything's fine. I said it's fine. Stop asking. Then an hour later, she's stomping around the house, screaming, slamming doors, and breaking the kids' toys. Oh. She recently had an epiphany that I was sensing her meltdowns way ahead of her, and she asked me to stop acknowledging or pay attention to her emotions. Really, that's what she's asked. I told her that, frankly, I didn't think that would go very well, and that she would feel neglected if this person's getting into it. Okay. They responded, oh, sorry, sounds like someone who really doesn't understand.
And then they say, I do sense that in my partner, too. So why do you want to stay with this person?
Because you think you can, like, maybe she feels like she can convince them to understand it, but I'm like, y'all been together this long, she hasn't done that.
Accept people for who they are. Don't try to change them. Just remove yourself from their life.
This person says, stepping away to avoid the issue isn't going to help solve it. This is probably going to ultimately come back. Also, I noticed that you compared some instances of her behavior to triggers to your past, especially related to tone expressions. While things may look similar, they could be different. Everyone expresses things differently, and this could be a thing that may prevent you from objectively tackling whatever is there. Hence, this may explain why you think stepping away for university is the solution. I don't know, but maybe something is there, and exploring it with a professional could help you long term. Just a thought, that's all. Original poster writes, thanks for your comment. I do believe my past experiences might be stopping me from thinking clearly during our squabbles. I used to be very rash with decision making, but like to be clear-minded now when I speak about big stuff like this.
I don't think your past experiences are stopping you from thinking clearly. I think if anything, they're helping you see the situation more clearly because you're noticing patterns.
You should just break up with her.
Yeah,
It's just like she's like, I love this person and I've spent 6 years with them, so I want to make this work. But it's like, but why? It doesn't, like, if you feel so annoyed that you want to not live with this person, that is telling you right there you don't want to be with them.
No.
Just break up. It's okay.
It's okay for things to end. It's okay for relationships to end.
They really should. They really should. Most of them should end. Okay.
People should have many relationships throughout their life, not just one.
I agree, but a lot of people like believe in that true love thing. Like they want to meet their person when they're really young and stay with them forever. And
I think
like,
that's bullshit.
Yeah, I don't think it's smart. You change so much over your life, and there could be someone, very few people might meet that person who's willing to, and they're changing too with you, and it works out. But most of the time, it doesn't. Like you're such a different person every like 5 to 7 years. You're a completely different person, and it makes sense to grow apart from people. Even friendships, you grow apart from your friends, maybe even family members. Yeah. Maybe you come back later at a point in time, but like you sometimes need to separate and do your own thing and go and experience other things.
Yeah.
Just break up with her.
Just break up.
That's our opinion. Thanks for watching.